everyone. Welcome to Amazing Transformations. I'm Veganology JJ, and I wanted to just jump on here and talk about a few things I'm excited about. This is an open forum. I have the link posted in the YouTube description. So if you want to come up and say hello and talk about your vegan journey, how things are going, please feel free to come on up. I'm excited to have you. And I am excited about the VIP Amazing Transformers VIP email list. And the reason I'm excited about that is because I know there's like uncertainty with algorithms and social media and it going away and changing things. And I love the email list because we're able to connect with each other. You can reply to me. I can know that the helpful information that I work really hard to create goes to your inbox so that it's sitting there whenever you have an opportunity to read it. And I would be honored if you would read it and reply to me if you want to, or, just as long as the information is helpful to you, that's my goal. And always feel free if there's something that you're having a hard time with or you'd like me to write about, definitely reply. I am always open to your input and I love hearing from you. I love the name of it, the VIP, Vegan Inspiring Person, because whether you are a beginner vegan or just exploring this, or you're trying to transition into being a raw vegan, it's so important that you have that community and that sense that someone's there to help and guide you, because it's such a lot of confusing information. So one of the things that I'm excited that I've been working on over the last year, well, a couple of things. I'm writing a book. Actually, I'm working on two, but the one that I'm excited about is the one that's going to really help you with your mindset shifts. And it's going to talk about my journey and some things that have worked for me. And I think you'll really enjoy it. I've been working hard. Hopefully by April, it'll be out. But the other thing that I've been working on in this process is it's been helping me to put together these beginner guides. And I think the cool thing about the beginner guides is they're not only good for maybe you if you're a beginner, but if you're an experienced vegan and you're like tired of talking about how, what veganism is, or maybe not even tired of talking about it, but you have people that you want to share it with and you're not sure how to present it. I put together some guides that you can just send them, and it will talk about what is veganism. Explain to people that there's different diets within veganism. It's not like it's, I tried it and it didn't work. People that say that, and explaining that it's not even a diet, that it's more of a lifestyle, So, the thing that I really want to put out there is what these guides are, and that you can always get them for free. And I've got all the links actually down here that you can click on right in the comments. So there's the beginners vegan guide. The beginner raw vegan guide is actually very popular. There are a lot of people who have downloaded that. I just have 3 more VIPs to welcome that have come in through that link. And when you do get these guides, you also get free VIP club access, which is just going to give you access to the community and to the free emails that I send out. And basically, I did so that I've got, let me get back on track here. So I got the beginner's vegan guide, the complete beginner's guide to protein. I'm going to also include, there'll be, I don't know if I linked this one here, but there'll be 10 tips to help you transition to a vegan or raw vegan journey or plant-based journey. I've got of course, the beginner guide to raw vegan, which is awesome. I just updated that with my new smoothie journey on it. So it's going to be interesting. I put my exact meal plan on there. And these are at least all of them, except I still need to put the beginner vegan guide into a PDF. That's just, it takes you right to a link to the email that you can see in your browser to that one. I got to put it on a PDF so that I can update it, because the cool thing about it being on the Google document, and I have your email, so if I update something or I find new information, I'm able to send it directly to you. So I love this. I love that, I have these and I'm creating these. I've got the inflammation solution, just about like so much content. I still have emails that are like backlogged that I haven't been able to send out yet, that I've posted already on Facebook and on our group. Like the one I sent out the other, or that I'm going to be sending out, I don't know that I've even emailed the 10 tips to transitioning, 10 tips to simplifying the process. Like, I think sometimes we can really overcomplicate things, and we can think that this diet and lifestyle feels like a struggle, but really it's something that you should be so proud of. You shouldn't have to worry, that you have to eat what other people eat. If you are proud and understand the why behind your journey, it becomes easy. There's less struggle to it. So these tips and mindset shifts, that's really hard to say, I feel like that are kind of coming to me in a way that is helping me bless others with them, that I'm able to help with how to kind of shift your mindset, instead of looking at this like, oh, it's a struggle, I have to eat healthy, looking at it in a different way, as I have the opportunity to nourish my body like this. Like, I'm blessed that I know this information of what to put in my body, and I'm doing this to make it easier on my digestion, and I'm putting the right things in to help my body help me to be able to live. Just little mindset shifts like that. Also, I did one recently about 5 limiting beliefs that might be holding you back from your health goals, like our internal thermostat. Do you get to a point where you start to get healthy, or if you're trying to transition to raw vegan, or vegan, if you're trying to transition to a healthier diet, if you're trying to reach your optimal weight, if you're trying to maybe start to eat healthier, and you reach a point where you say like, I don't know, like, this is where I always mess up, and then you mess up. It's like those little things, we have to overcome that limiting belief. The only person telling us that we can't go past a certain point is literally us. Like, it's ourself. I was talking about giving ourselves permission to succeed. We have the comparison where we're comparing ourselves to others that might be on the journey. Remember to focus on, it's your own experiences, it's your own journey, that you have to celebrate your little achievements and take ownership of it being your journey. You're not going to do it like anyone else. I can send you some things that are helpful and ways to simplify it, but what you're going to do is find a way that really works for you. And that just comes with trying it, making, maybe something that you might see as a mistake, but it's not really a mistake. It's a learning experience. And that's going to help you to learn the way that it works for you. I find that people try to start out with really complicating things when it could be just so easy as, what, let's grab a whole bunch of fruit and we're going to have fruit for lunch. We're going to start like that. We're going to have this big salad, and that's my fruit and salad challenge. That is always ongoing with us, that we can, have new people joining in with every single day that want to come on that and try it for 3 days. Try to eat a really filling salad before you eat anything else for dinner. Try to, eat fruit for lunch. That's going to give you so much energy. I haven't even been eating lunch. I have so much energy. I don't typically eat throughout the day, but that's not, for everyone. But me and Dawn have been doing that, and it's just our bodies are naturally doing it over time. If you can get past the beginning of it being a little bit difficult to, like your body's still craving the way that you used to eat, so you've got all those things in your mind. But once your body takes over, you don't have to eat as much. As you heal your gut, you're starting to absorb nutrients, so you're getting full quicker. And it's really an amazing experience. And understanding what veganism is, what really the core issues that lead to health issues are, has truly helped me. And then also, even when you know all that, sometimes you know the right thing to do, you can't quite get there. And that's where the mindset shifts really help. And I think shift is the word I love to use, because it is everything, really. If you think about it, it's what has changed in all of us. It wasn't that we watched a documentary, like I watched the Raw documentary and it switched me to a vegan diet. Well, it did in a sense, but it didn't really switch my food choices. I went and made those choices, and I've continued to sustain never going back to eating dairy and meat. What changed was my perception of what healthy food is. What changed is that little shift inside my head that helped me gain this curiosity. And I started then learning so much. Like, I didn't start out to be a vegan, I just started out to lose some weight. And then in doing that, I ran into this video that helped me to understand a little bit about, oh, okay, so there's other people doing this. Like, the raw vegan video just made me think, wow, I never thought about eating raw food. And then the next thing I knew, I'm in, like, oh, someone said, hey, join Facebook groups or create a group. And then when I created a group, I saw all these other groups, and then I found like these vegan doctors talking about plant-based food, and I'm like, wait, so we're not supposed to eat dairy and meat? I'm not just doing this to lose weight now. It's starting to click in that we're not supposed to. We're not designed that way. And then it was like full circle. I started learning about these people that were healing all kinds of skin conditions and diseases with these, with eating the right way and not eating what we're not supposed to eat. And then it, like, oh, wait, so this is like, this, I'm really getting into this. I started studying nutrition, and then I came full circle. I didn't even know why I was raw at first. And then I turned around and now I'm studying like natural hygiene and how our entire body works. And it's like this like put together machine that all we have to do is stay out of its way and put in it what it likes, and it will allow us to not have the things that we're dealing with. I never had seasonal allergies again after the year I went to vegan and raw vegan. And I've been in and out. I feel better when I'm raw, but even just transitioning away from the processed and really meats and dairy, that has really literally changed my life. That's why I'm always talking about it. And then I, discovered over time that my back pain went away in 30 days that I had for throughout all different diets, whether I was low weight, high weight, back pain is gone. And then I realized that I've got this like energy and clarity and all these things that happen. And then the connection between our pets and farm animals. Why was I eating one and not the other? Only because I was told. And then it didn't make sense. Like, they're all being like, it was a progression of things that happened, but all you have to do is at least spark someone's curiosity. So like, if somebody is interested and you see that little spark of curiosity, share someone with them. Maybe if they're like 48 years old, female, that might resonate with me, that wants to include more raw foods or wants to be a raw vegan, or even wants to transition and needs some help, motivation, maybe refer me to them. But maybe if they're a person who that's into bodybuilding, you might want to refer them to an influencer like that. But meet them where they are. If they're really into animals and loving animals, you might want to send them a gentle video about how a cow like plays like a dog, like any way that you can help. And I think we're just trying to have connections, compassion for people, and try to all get that little spark, like, and send this knowledge. That's why I named the page or the thing Vegan Knowledge, because it was knowledge that helped me start to grow into being vegan. And I see my beautiful friend Carl. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, you're always so kind. Thank you. I'm so excited you're here and that I caught you. I think sometimes I'm just like, when I feel motivated, I was already on here doing a welcome video for the Amazing Transformers VIP club, which Carl is in. Thank you for being in the club, in the VIP. He's definitely a vegan inspiring person. and he's just always very encouraging on the page. Thank you for the beautiful birthday message. I really appreciate that. Um, I love the name of your page. Thank you. Yeah, there's sometimes like I've thought, is it should I have beginner vegans, or because I find a lot of the things that I wanted to do. I was so mesmerized that I didn't know this information or make these shifts, that I wanted to try to help people get there, but I wanted to do it in like a gentle and fun way. So I'm like, I find a lot of the information I put out is for beginners. And that's why I created all the, beginner guides. Cause I think if we can just help people like ease into it and help them to understand it, they will make this decision, themselves, if we give them the knowledge, right? Like if we give them the information, because they're already mainstream hearing the wrong information. And not that I want to call other people's information wrong, but it's inaccurate according to the nutritional studies that I've made and the connections that I've made, I guess we'll say, how we treat animals and how it affects everything. So thank you, Carl, for all that you do and for being here. I appreciate you. And feel free to download all of those guides. You might already have them because you've been one of the OGs. Is that how they say original? On the email list. I was trying to sound cool, right? But I appreciate it. You were like one of the first people that joined when I first started it last year, and I'm so thankful for that. It really means a lot when you put something out and people click on it or they comment on it, like especially if you enjoy it, and I appreciate your input on everything. Yeah, exactly. I think it's the truth. Like, I mean, we all didn't understand this info, or didn't grow up like this, most of us anyway. So I'm assuming it's like that for a lot of people. It's just one quick thing that they need, that one little thing, a little spark of curiosity. And then when you begin, like, then if you don't have community, or you don't follow people like YouTubes, or you're not in Facebook groups that see that there's other people doing this, it's easy for them, just especially in the beginning, before it's really like ingrained, and like until you really buy into your own curiosity of why you're doing it, it's easier for that to sway you a different way if you're not continuing to get the information and the nurturing, or if you're continuing to be like down on yourself or hard on yourself. You need someone to be there to say, hey, that's okay, I made that mistake too, here's how I work through it. And to allow ourselves to not be stuck in these stereotypes as to who we think we are, because you know we are only what we know until we think a different way, until we think differently and understand the world from a different way. And it's a constant like work in progress. I'm a work in progress, trying to figure this all out. And writing helps me to put my thoughts down, and if it can help someone else, I'm really excited. And that's why I like the email, because I've always really felt comfortable to be able to organize my words and present them like that, even writing poems and things. So it helps me to be able to email you guys and put my thoughts like that and not be cut off. Like Instagram is cool, but it's not really for a writer. It's more to share, pictures and quick information and get you to more of long-term content, because I like to really explain things. And hopefully those are, I appreciate you saying that Carl said he feels better being a part of it. So thank you. I love having you in the club, and we've all transformed our life. Yes, we are. We truly are. Carl, we are always evolving. And my entire journey has evolved. I evolved from just knowing, oh, I want to eat raw foods, to knowing why I'm eating raw foods. And then I evolved to eating fruit. Fruit wasn't even a part of my original raw journey. I had it kind of backwards, right? In my opinion. Now I was like, oh, that's like the main thing that I feel like the human digestive system enjoys, so I need to get more of that in. And I then connect, like, the whole animal connection. I feel like I'm truly understand what vegan is in everything. Like you see the world differently, and I'm still evolving. I'm not like, probably this perfect vegan, because I'm sure there's things that I don't even know that aren't vegan. It's like I learn something every year. Um, oh, thank you, Carl. I appreciate you. So are you. Like, I think the biggest thing we can do is like when someone's doing something good in the world, that's what I love about Carl. He will come on and say it. Like, he doesn't just think it and then not say it. I always am so excited to get message, because it's like, it lets especially content creators know, like, you put a lot of stuff out and you don't really get a lot of feedback, but you have this internal need to want to like help people, and you hope that your message is reaching them, and when you get that kind of feedback, it really means a lot. So I appreciate you saying that. And there's so many people that come on, they want to criticize, but they forget to tell people, like, that's just something to take with us all tonight. Go out of here and give someone a compliment. Like, people around you that you think are doing something good, even if it's something they do for you every day. Like if they just, Dawn last night was just like, I really appreciate you always making the salad for me. And I'm like, that's really cool. We try to tell each other that. I tell her, I appreciate you, bringing me, just like if I ask for water, she'll bring it. And it's like, she doesn't have to do that, but we are polite to each other, and like, if you tell people, hey, thank you, I appreciate you doing that, it really can make their day a lot better, because we usually, especially if we are at work, a lot of times even our workplace only tells us when something is messed up, even like ignoring all the good things you're doing. So don't do that to yourself either. When you're making progress, whether it's mental shifts like in trying to become healthier, or it's like, oh, maybe I didn't want to eat that processed dressing, I should make my own, whatever the case is, remember that all the good stuff you've done. And I think on this journey, it's easy to forget that. So I'm here to remind you of all the good stuff. Like, imagine if we didn't know any of this, where we all would be, right? At least we know the way to. One of the core things that we always have, even when I am in the coaching sessions, like with people who might say, well, I didn't eat as healthy as I wanted, but you didn't, hey, let's look at the bright side. You didn't eat an animal product, right? So that's a win right there. Something that you've moved beyond an old limited belief that you couldn't not eat that, so I think it's very important. Yes, choose love. Exactly. Love people. You're not going to get them to do what you want right away, but you're also not going to ever get them to understand your perspective if you come at them with hate, or that, telling them they're wrong, because they're not wrong in their mind right now. They're at their level of consciousness. I read that there are two base emotions, love and fear. All other emotions stem from these two. I agree with that. I do agree with that, because I think I talk about this a lot in my other work, which is helping people, coaching them in their customer service. Because, like, when we have customers call in, if you realize, or you're in a relationship, or you have, family or friends, if you are thinking about what is the reason that they're coming at me like that, like some people may come off angry, and they're angry because they feel hurt, or they feel fearful that you're going to leave them, or that they're not doing enough for you, or you're making them feel like not enough. So that's that fear that they might have had, so you're exactly right. And then love, out of love comes all the joyous things, but sometimes we forget to share that part of us. We forget to share that love, and we only can share the things, because the emotions get a little bit higher when it comes to fear. Fear controls so much of our lives that we don't even realize, and it's like internal. So when we have that fear, we can't just say, oh, let's just get past the fear. We all wish it was that easy. But what we can do is identify our actions and say, is this coming from fear, before we speak, and tell people your true like what that deeper feeling is. I call it that core emotion. Like it's if it's one of these two, I'm doing this because I'm scared, or I feel hurt, and use your own I message instead of you. And a lot of times instead of, oh, you made me feel like I wasn't doing enough and that I couldn't make you happy, people might come off and be like, you're a blank, or you're such a jerk. People come at them like that, and what they meant by that was, you hurt me. Like, I felt hurt by your comment, instead of lashing out at the person. Stop and think about it. And you're going to get a true change in the person, or at least a perception of, hey, wait, I didn't mean to hurt but if you come at them like, okay, you're being a jerk, and then they're going to be like coming back at you, and then they're going to say something else hurtful, and it's never going to like think about where you want it to go, right? So like when people are saying, oh, you're you're a health nut, or you're being ridiculous, or there's no reason that you shouldn't eat animals and this and that. If you start explaining to them where it's coming from, that it's coming from a place of love, that you're doing it because you love animals and you want to show compassion in the world, and we can relate this to our health journey, because you love your body and you love their body too, and you want them to feel as healthy and energetic, and that this is the way that you are thanking your body for keeping you alive, and you've learned and researched in the human diet, this is what it is. Like, the more you're excited about it, the more you're going to get other people excited about it, or they wouldn't even offer you something else if they understood the emotion that's behind it, that it's not a diet, really. It's a philosophy. And if we can, as much as we want to keep this like sometimes away from the people in our life, but the people that might be triggering us or trying to turn you away from this diet, it's only because they don't understand your internal motivation of it. They don't understand why it's so important to you, and coming on and explaining it helps that others understand it, and then maybe they'll start to like think, I got to look into this. But a lot of people won't do it because of fear. Like, a lot of people don't, like, it's scary to change. It's like, no, I'm already used to doing things in this way. Even if you hear something that says it's not good for you, there still takes people years to change it. So it has to be something also that you come from love, and if you love it, you're going to keep doing it. Like, I think that's one thing that we all have a lot in common. I know that you do a lot of raw foods too, and like, I really have developed a love for the body healing itself, and a love for the fruits and the vegetables, knowing that they have healing effects, and that they're like putting nutrients in. And I've developed a love for this food. I've developed a love for trying to teach it to people, a love for helping people understand it from different perspectives and mindset. And like, once you start loving what you're doing and what you're eating, it's not so hard anymore. At least it's not like a struggle. It's like, oh, this is what I want to do. Because we wake up and we do things we want. We do a couple of things that we have to, but if it's not something that like you have to go to work, so it's definitely, it makes it easier. And when we stop cheating ourselves, like when we stop saying, oh, like, who are you sneaking that from, right? Like, it's you, within you. Once you understand it, and you understand that this is what you want to do, whether it's, becoming vegan or raw vegan, we're able to like enjoy it and look at the abundance and simplify it and not complicate it. Yes, love your vessel. I love that. Like, I always say that, like, people are so like strict about what they put in their car, or how the siding that they'll put on their house, or the plumbing in their house, or just the different things that they own. Like, oh no, I keep my blender very clean, but like your internal blender, right? Like, like the stuff that you like literally live in. Not that I haven't messed up. You've all seen it on the journey. Maybe I've not ate the healthiest over certain periods of time, but I always come back to wanting to really appreciate what this body does for me. And I feel like once you transition to that, you're doing it a disservice. You're making it hard for your body to keep you alive. Like that's how we're alive, like our body is alive. And that's why I think it's important that people know really truly what health is, and what the core, like how our cells work and what dis-ease is, and what nutrients do and how our digestion is and why we're eating like this because we're meant to. It makes it a lot easier. Yes, definitely. The obstacles are opportunities to grow. Yeah, it's like, when you come out of those obstacles, you come out stronger. You've learned something. It doesn't, isn't the funnest when you're in it, but if you can start shifting that mindset, like, okay, this is just an obstacle. And sometimes people take their obstacles and are able to help other people, because of like, hey, here's what I dealt with. I got through it. Here's what helped me, and that's so important that we can use that to not only grow within ourselves and like remember, take lessons from one thing to another, because they all kind of mirror each other. Many obstacles have to do with like really the same core thoughts too. Because like we can't control the outside world, we can't control what food people offer us, we can't control what things cost, but what we can control is our own, the way that we interact with our thoughts. I'll say, we can't really control our thoughts, but we can control how we interact with them, and we can control how we interact with other people. And like you said, come from a place of love, and importantly, come from a place of love to yourself too, to ourselves, and give ourselves that, hey, that was a good opportunity for me to learn. Or hey, I might not have handled that the best, but that's going to bring me to a better place next time this comes up, so I can handle it. And when we start living like that, the struggle becomes less. It still happens, but we are at least on the right path, and are starting to think of things the right way. Because sometimes, like, you can get stuck in one way of thinking of something like this or this, and you never think about that third. I think that was an email I sent a long time ago, that third option that a lot of times we don't consider or don't think of. And sometimes that's the one to freedom. That's what frees us from the being locked into these two ways of thinking. There's always that gray area that we don't think of, that other option that there is, just to break free of that. So it's so important. This has gotten into a really deeper conversation. I love it. And because I think a lot of the reason people are vegan is out of love, and a lot of the reason people are passionate about being vegan is out of love. But then it starts to like shift to fear for what's going to happen to the animals and the planet and world hunger, and shifting into like, I'm afraid of all these people that are not understanding it. And I'm afraid of looking around at the world and there's so much, negativity. And then, but it's all about how you're looking at it. If you start with love within you, you start to see the love within other people, even when they're not acting in a loving way. You're able to like understand their perspective. Like when someone calls in to me at work, even yelling, I don't take it personally, because they don't, they're not yelling at something I did. They're yelling at something in a situation that has made them feel either fearful of not having enough money, or not going to be able to use, their card, let's just say, or whatever it is. It's always out of that. I love that. I'm going to use that, Carl. I love that. Everything is two energies. And right now my cat is staring at me intensely. What's going on? Even the cat liked your comment. Is that what you're talking about? Or are you wanting a treat? I bet you want a treat. Where are they? Okay. There you go. because she will stare intently at me until I give her this this treat. Veganism changed my life, especially going raw. Oh, let me put that up so I can let everyone see it. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, it changed my life too. I thought I had everything pretty much figured out. I thought I knew, what health was. I thought I knew what compassion was. And I mean, I think I was a compassionate person. I always want to make people laugh. I wanted to help people. But until I learned that, it like took that all to another level, right? Like it's just, and then the vibration of being raw, and then like for me going in and out of it a couple of times throughout this journey, and now like since 23 mainly being raw has like really changed things for me. And you have to give things a chance, because at first it feels weird because it's how you used to be, how you used to live. You have to let yourself enjoy the transition, let yourself enjoy the adventure of it, right? And we're still learning, like, that's why I'm always on these live streams, because and I love listening to people sometimes who are talking about other things like motivational things, because I'm able to bring those in and relate them to how to help people with their diet. Like, even I listen to a lot of business, a guy that talks about a lot of business things, and I'll like think of something he's saying that's limiting people in their business, and I'm able to think about it in a different way. Like, hey, I think this can help people in my group, in my club, to transition to a vegan diet, because yeah, that might be the limiting belief. So thank you for sharing that, Carl. I know, like, I'm sure you, like me, I just felt I have this like clarity, this energy that really helps me bring compassion. I think that's what it is. Though I felt a bit lost when I was a junk food vegan. It's okay for people to do. Yeah, like, I've been in those situations too. And when you're in it, you think, but it's the wherever the consciousness is at that point. But I always felt misaligned. Like, even though I was maybe having fun and enjoying what I was eating at the moment, something within me didn't align once I figured out that wasn't. At first I thought I was raw, and then I found this processed food, and I'm like, this is it. This is the way to change the world, like to get them to go vegan, because stuff tastes good and it's not meat and it's not dairy, so it's okay. And then I realized some of the things that were happening in my body as I got older, when I would transition out of being raw vegan into like not whole food, even plant-based, but into like a lot of processed vegan food. And it would, like, I remember talking on that one post a couple of years ago, like my feet were swelling. And that's something that I know, kind of circulation problems run into my family. So I don't feel that. I feel we can change things that are happening to us. I could have just went to a doctor and said, I need some kind of water pill, or I need blood pressure medicine because, my feet are swelling and I'm gaining weight and my knees hurt. But instead, I transitioned to a raw vegan diet. I'm now moving around on the elliptical. None of that is happening. No swelling, nothing going on. I'm not feeling like, there's any symptoms of things that have come on. But when I transition away, so it like, that's another part of my journey I didn't know. I just thought like vegan food was okay because it wasn't meat, which it's better. It's way better for a lot of reasons, because you're not getting as high of saturated fat. You're not getting animals suffer. You're not supporting animal suffering or encouraging it by buying those products of animals and dairy. You're probably improving your skin, and little things are improving. But until you like move, then when people go whole food plant-based, they notice a whole big difference. They start to feel better. But then when I went away from cooked food, there is a difference. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely like a different vibration. And that's why I think we all are on that, wavelength, a lot of us anyway. And even if you're not completely raw vegan, putting a lot of uncooked foods really did like is helpful too, to start to transition to that. If you can go, like some people do it until 4 or whatever that is, definitely try to add fresh fruits and vegetables, and you'll see like a difference in your energy and your clarity, I think, too. And yeah, like I'm cool. I'm happy. If someone's vegan, I am really excited about it. It's just when I now have learned all of this, like I understand and appreciate that there's restaurants and there's vegan food out there, because I think that's the way we're going to get the mainstream to stop eating animals, but as far as for like health reasons and healing, I do really love the raw lifestyle for me. That's amazing. It truly changed my life. And so many people, like I'm on the new page, the new raw vegan group, I'm sharing like different interviews that I've done. I'm starting with like some of the experts in the area, I guess you would call it, or people who've been raw, like Doug Graham, Don Bennett, Eli, you know, just so many people I've interviewed now looking back on it, a lot of the awesome raw vegans. And like Don shares, like he was on a bunch of times, and like I got a lot of good information from him, like different things that really can help people in their journey. And then there was so many raw vegans I've interviewed that have healed things, that have reversed things completely, and vegans, but especially raw vegans all say the same thing. So there must be something to it, right? Just like all vegans say they feel compassionate, it's like that next level that you get to, that just your body just feels different. And but you have to also realize that you have to be healthy with it, just like anything, because if you aren't ready for it, or you're trying to prove it wrong, you're gonna not succeed. You have to be ready to make it work, I think. Wow, Carl, that's amazing. I never knew that. I don't think. Maybe you told me you lost 90 pounds. I did not know that. Congratulations. Wow, that is awesome. Dawn is doing so good. She's on her weight loss journey with it now, and I'm excited. She's been raw for a while now, and I am like, I remember when I lost the weight, it was the easiest when I went raw. That I can't lose weight unless I'm raw, it seems like. So that is awesome. I know you felt like a different person. My little sister, she's doing it in a different way, but she's on her weight loss journey. I'm really happy with her and my mom. And Dawn, I'm just excited to see all the success around me. It makes me want to lift them up. Used to weigh 254. Wow, that is awesome. I bet, like, I mean, that took a lot of commitment. I really commend you. That's amazing. I'm so proud of you. Because that's a lot. But I know it doesn't happen overnight, right? Like, practice really focusing on the process, because like Carl had to wake up every day and eat the right way and do the right things that he knew were aligning with his health goals. And all you have to do is worry about your next meal. People are trying to look ahead. You see that Carl lost 90 pounds. It didn't happen overnight in one day, right? Oh, thank you. You see that, Mom? If you look at the replay of this, thank you. She's a sweet lady. She's always very encouraging to me, even when she doesn't understand anything about my lifestyle. No, I'm just kidding. No, she definitely knows a lot now, but I remember in the beginning, she was even trying to encourage me then. So, what do you eat? Vegetables? What can I get you? But definitely, I know that her and my sister are also trying to be encouraging them to do plant based, and they're working on it. And Dawn is doing amazing with the raw, or she calls it high raw because she eats roasted nuts. See, I said high raw, but that's amazing. 100% of people in the world, or so many people, wish that they could get to a different level of health, and I'm just so proud of you, Carl, for taking it and running with it like that and doing the right things over and over. That's the part, the consistency that is hard, that people struggle with, that you have developed this love for raw food and appreciation for it. And I see, because you're encouraging other people, that's why you're able to really encourage yourself to do that. So congratulations. I am like excited to know this about, your journey, and I congratulate you. Um, I guess, that's one of the lessons in it. If we could give something away about it, would you say that's it, being consistent? Should we eat organic nuts? I mostly just eat walnuts. Yeah, I do too. You know, I try to get organic. I I don't know if they're organic. I'll be honest with you. I try to get it's raw walnuts, but I don't know that they're really raw, because people always tell me that if even if it says raw, they do something to the nuts. But I love walnuts because they have the omegas, like the best omega ratio, and I do need some nuts and avocados. I've found it really helps me mentally to feel a little bit like sustained, like it fills me up and also gives me like a little bit of the, I guess, extra protein and a little bit extra like energy. But I mostly just eat fruit and all the other, celery. I eat some lettuce. Right now I'm just eating, so this is like the simplest I've ever ate. So like I have no exciting meal plan. I'm still eating smoothies. Yes, consistency over perfection, because there's so many different things and different ideas, and you should eat this and you should eat that, and and don't eat this and eat only organic. Like just wherever you are, just start somewhere. Make it really easy on yourself. Don't get too over complicated in the beginning. Start with just eating fruit and salad, I would say, and then add to it from there. As you learn, you might say, hey, now I do try to get organic when I can. But if I can't, I'm not going to freak out, and not eat it. I'm just going to still eat my fruits, but I will have one time it's not going to be organic, and I'll just wash them really good. That's the way I feel. I feel like we can almost, people are trying to scare us out of eating fruit sometimes, because they can put so much scary stuff out there. Oh, what are they putting on it? Like, I'm like, I don't know, but I know it's healthier than what else I used to eat. So we're going to start there. We're going to make sure that we're eating our fruit and our vegetables in like, I think anyway, I follow a lot of the protocol of Don Bennett, where I do feel like some of the vegetables aren't great for digestion, and I've seen it and I've felt it. So like I try to eat it. I do still eat the tomatoes, or right now I'm eating the organic tomato sauce to like blend my stuff together. But like I've gotten to a point where I'm like, I don't know, do they cause inflammation? But I'm just eating. I right now my entire diet is consisting of like oranges or clementines. I don't always get organic of those because they don't have a lot of organic oranges for some reason. I never see that on the orange thing, so I just get them and hope that nothing gets through the skin. And then grapes, I do try to get organic grapes. Like they didn't have organic, but they had seeded grapes, so that's what we ended up getting. Um, and blueberries, organic. I try to get organic blueberries. And then usually they have those for the most part. And then I will have bananas. I do try to get organic bananas, but I don't always. So I try when I can. And then I take those with the Daily Green Boost. And then I take, after my bananas, then I have been having this kind of salad smoothie with like I put like one or two, usually two avocados in it. I put a little bit of tomato sauce to blend it, like we were talking about, but you can use anything you want there. I use frozen thawed peas, corn, celery, and lettuce, and cucumber. And the cucumber adds like a nice, juice to it too. I drink so many smoothies. I drink 4 liters a day, but worry that's too much. Well, I think the way that I look at it is smoothies keep the fiber in. And technically, yes, probably it's better if we're chewing the food and getting the whole experience. But I find it's basically like we're having the thing chew it for us. That's the way I look at it. Makes me feel better about it, Carl, since I don't feel like chewing. Um, but I don't know if it's, I don't know, I know that I've heard that if we make it too liquidy, it doesn't stop and absorb as well in the large intestine or small intestine. But what I'm thinking is I try to like bind it enough so that I can almost eat it with a spoon instead of just like drinking it. Like I think with all that stuff I combine, it almost tastes like a thick, creamy, because of the avocado tomato soup type thing. And it's good. I mean, like Dawn is laughing at me sometimes. I'm like, this is so good. Like I am like loving these smoothies. Like you wouldn't imagine that anybody would. You look like I'm sitting down in this like 4-star meal or something at a fine dining restaurant and I'm eating a smoothie. But that's what it's all about. It's about making it fun and making it like enjoyable. So if you're enjoying the smoothie, that's it. Then you're good. You're golden. If you're enjoying an orange, like a mono meal or a mango, if you can get yourself to that level where you just do it until like you understand your innate real truly what you want to eat. Once you get all those weird, whatever they call them, parasites or bad biome out, you really do enjoy these foods and you don't need all the salt and sugar and things. It's hard to believe, but like that smoothie at night, when I first started having the banana smoothie after eating like junk processed vegan ice cream and things, I'll call it, it didn't taste as sweet. But now, like almost a month into these smoothies, when I have that, I put like a very little, like half teaspoon sometimes of organic, natural peanut butter. I'll put like 1 or 2 bananas and some vanilla almond milk and the walnuts. And I mean, it tastes like ice cream. Like it's so good, for dessert. And that's like the last thing I have at night. But oranges, grapes, blueberries. I love cherries, but they didn't have any. Grapes, blueberries, and then that's like the third thing I have. And then I have the bananas. Then I have the salad smoothie, and then the bananas, and that's like my entire meals for the last couple of weeks. And Dawn's been eating, like she'll eat some fruit around 5. She like fasts every day until 5, and she eats banana, like a banana, a couple of a bowl of grapes maybe, and blueberries. And then she has her salad, not in a smoothie, but she has a salad with like lettuce, tomato, cucumber,
Thanks for
onion.
making my salad.
You're welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Carl says hi. I'm going to pretend he's saying hi because I bet he will, but we're delayed on here. Yeah, they say chew your smoothies. Yeah, I've heard that. I just look at it if I can dip it with a spoon. Um, but yeah, so this salad that she has, it looks really good, but I don't eat onions, so I can't even fathom all those onions on it. They would like burn my mouth up, but she enjoys them. And that's all she puts on hers. And then some, she puts almonds, I think, is the nuts that she likes to have on top of it, like these different types of flavored ones. Like she'll do like a barbecue and then some salad dressing, and like that's her entire meal. And sometimes she'll have fruit if she's still hungry after that. So Carl just said hi. I knew it was going to be delayed because it always, like, the chat in my YouTube is so delayed. But I am going to actually finish this up here and go ahead and actually go start eating my first fruit meal. And Dawn is going to have her salad soon. We've been like trying to eat around 7 because she gets up pretty early. You do the fasting till 5 p.m. too? Oh, nice. Carl fasts till 5 too, Dawn. We could have the Fast Till 5 club. Oh my goodness. I'm excited. I haven't eaten anything yet today, so I'm definitely getting to that point though. But like, you even notice when you fast, it's hard to believe from when I did it the first day. But now my body is like, I have to remind myself to eat till I started talking about it, and then I get really hungry after that first bite. Though it's like I can't stop. Like, okay, now I'm time for my another smoothie. Like, I'm gonna also work out in a little while. That's another thing being raw does for me. It keeps me wanting to move when I'm eating bad, it's like it's a basis for everything, right? Even little periods of time. But I'm so proud of you. Yeah, I do now too. But I think our body has to decide to do it. You know, I don't really force fast, but it just doesn't want to eat during the day. It never has for a long time, even before I was vegan. So I just kept rolling with that. I'm like, I'm going to stay with that. There was a time when I first went raw, though, again in 2023, like fully raw, not high raw, that I did have to, I started eating something in the middle of the day. I just got used to eating like oranges and stuff. And sometimes like oranges and, maybe grapes or whatever. And I did have a point where I would eat the like celery juice too. But at this point, I'm back to like my original. I just don't eat all day and then I eat at night. And I would just eat the salad, but I also really love fruit. And I feel like fruit keeps me at like a weight that I like. So I still want to put that vitamin C and a lot of fruits in me, and I don't want to mix it all together because then, Carl, we all hear about food combining. You're not supposed to mix like this with that. And I just do the mono meals and then the salad, and that's it. Now, in a smoothie, I'm going to wait and do the live on that until I started on the 2nd. So I'm on day 17 now of smoothies. So maybe when I get to like 30 days, I'll come on and I'll do a live on that, because that's just like something that happened very weird. I didn't even expect to still be doing it, but I don't want to stop now. I'm like still enjoying it. So when I get to a point where I'm like, I don't want this any longer, then I might change my meal plan. Oh my goodness, my cat. He likes to get under the actual cover. I got to get him out of there 1 second. Come here, buddy. Mommy's going to wonder why there's hair all over her pillows. Come on. Come on, Neo. Good boy. Good boy. He wants my attention. I think Neo's ready to eat too. Sorry. Okay, everyone got to see my love pants, I think. But thank you, Carl. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited for your journey too. And if anyone's watching this, leave a message and congratulate Carl and me on my smoothies and Dawn on her journey. We are all the Fast Till 5, Fab 5. Thank you for being here, Carl. I know you're probably busy too. Oh, thank you. I'm really like excited about knowing everyone that I've met here in this. Yes, I will enjoy my smoothie, my smooth dinner, smooth JJ, we're going to call it. I told on the last live, I was laughing with Tessa that I'm a smoothiearian, if that's a word. Thank you so much, Carl. I appreciate you. And I'm excited that you are here and that we had this conversation. I'm glad you came. Like, no one was talking except me and you. I felt like we had like a personal live stream. I love it. No, but thank you. I think I'm gonna get Dawn on here one day soon too. We're gonna get her to come on. She's studying her stock trading. Love to you all and your mom and sister. Okay, I'll let them know. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Carl. I know they love you too. And let's see. I think this is a good way to go out. I love this, what you said here. So I'm going to leave that on the screen as we leave. Keep that love energy like Carl has. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Amazing Transformers. And don't forget to download the guides. I put them all in the comments here, and I'll have them in the description. And join the Amazing Transformers VIP Club. Download that Beginner Raw Vegan Guide so you can feel like me and Carl and Dawn. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining.